This week on What's Good Cape Cod, we talk all about Thanksgiving. I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin.
And I'm Katie Clancy. Welcome back to What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you Cape Cod through the eyes of a couple of locals.
And every week we drop a new video telling you about a person, place, and thing we think you should know about.
Yes, and so our people this week, so this is all about Thanksgiving, and when Sarah and I were planning this, it was like, well, I feel like we should talk about the Wampanoags because they are the Native Americans who were here when the first Thanksgiving happened. So I started to do some research, and wow.
We learned, there's a lot more to know than we know.
We learned a lot, and it just means we have a whole lot more to learn. Needless to say, the Wampanoags are not going to be having the kind of celebration that most others are on this day, because it's the anniversary of actually a really sad time for them. And there's an article in the Washington Post that was published on, I believe, November 1st. Okay. And the title is, "This Tribe Helped the Pilgrims Survive for Their First Thanksgiving. They Still Regret It 400 Years Later." Ouch. So long story, very, very short. We all learned, we had this picture of what Thanksgiving was, and that, everybody's sitting around this table eating turkey, and the Indians are wearing feathers and all this stuff. And none of that happened. That was just that's just made up by us. And in fact, the Wampanoags were the Native Americans who were part of the first Thanksgiving, but they were not invited. Like, it wasn't a thing where it was like, come one, come all. Thank you for showing us how to live, like how to survive, which is what they did. What happened was the meal had been going on. They were celebrating their feast. So the pilgrims had been celebrating their feast, and they got, had a little wine, got excited, started firing off their muskets. Well, the Wampanoags heard this and were like, oh my gosh, there's a war that's going to happen. They came armed to the teeth. It said 100 warriors showed up with armed to the teeth after they heard muskets fired. They were told it was a harvest celebration. And then they were invited to join, which is what they did, which is great. They brought 5 deer to share. There was fowl, fish, eel, shellfish, and possibly cranberries. We don't really know.
For the sake of Cape Cod, we're going to say cranberries.
For the sake of Cape Cod, we're going to say cranberries. But for the sake of our Wampanoag friends, yes, I'm just going to say I'm sorry.
Agreed.
We suck. Or we sucked. Now, I don't feel like I personally suck. I tried every day to suck less. I do. I really do. And Thanksgiving as a holiday has been actually a really happy one for my family. It is a time when we all get together, and really it is, for me, before I really understood the real origins, it's been a time to literally reflect on what I'm grateful for, in a non-religious way. It's sort of something that most Americans celebrate, or I thought. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to think about it differently going forward, but I'm going to keep the gratitude part in it, because I am grateful for so much. And I love the idea that we have a holiday centered around gratitude.
And coming together and, sharing this food and not buying presents and all of this.
There's no pressure. Like the modern Thanksgiving, I love that we don't have that pressure, that gift pressure, which, you have at Christmas, birthdays, weddings, babies, all that stuff. You just don't really know what to do. But this is just about being together. So I guess for my part, I'm going to try to be more mindful of the origins, but I'm also going to lean hard into the gratitude piece and make it mean something. It's here. It has happened. We have this holiday. So I'm going to try to make the best of it. I guess. And listen, if we have any Wampanoag or other Native American people in our audience, set us straight. Like, if you're hearing stuff, you're like, no, you don't get it. Still, let us know. Yep. We want to get it. Okay. Yeah. So we're wishing everybody from every walk of life a as happy as you can make it, week for Thanksgiving. And we hope that you find something to be grateful for, because we all have. So anyway, so we wanted to give a big shout out and a thank you and an I'm sorry to our Wampanoag friends. So that's our people. What is our place this week, Sarah?
So our place is Turkey Trot. So once you, or maybe before you eat all that food or after you eat all that food, whichever way you decide. So we've got a few local ones this year. So the Chatham Turkey Trot is a huge event. It's going to be virtual this year. So you can run, it's actually already started. So November 20th to the 28th. So you have, a lot of time to run, $10 registration. And all the money that's raised, I was curious what it goes to, and it actually goes to the Lower Cape Outreach Council and their mission. They provide emergency assistance, food, clothing to people that need it on the Lower Cape. So that's a great virtual thing you could run with your family, your friends. Another one going on is the Provincetown Turkey Trot. So this one it's not virtual, but they're not doing an official one.
It's not official.
So it's a little bit not official. But on their site, they were saying, Provincetown runners asking everyone in town that's interested, they can meet at the Pilgrim's First Landing Park on the West End at 8:30 for a 9 a.m. run walk on Thanksgiving morning. They'll have two routes. One's a 2-mile walk or jog. So you can have kids and dogs, and then they're going to do a 5-mile option as well. So that's great. So something for everyone. So tell your friends and family about that. Mm-hmm. And then the last one we have is not virtual. This is happening in person. It's the Andrea Holden 5K. So this one is Saturday, the 27th after Thanksgiving. For people that don't know, this is a nonprofit organization, and they're dedicated to the health and wellness of children in our local community. The race is in celebration in the memory of Andrea Holden. She was an Ezra Baker School second grader who suddenly passed away November 27th, 1990, after celebrating her 7th birthday. So it's a nice day to remember her and also give back to the community. So that is, like I said, a 5K, Saturday after Thanksgiving. You start at the Dennis Inn on Scarsdale Road at 10 a.m. You can park at the Dennis Playhouse. So it's always a fun one.
It's a super fun race. I've run it. I've walked it. I've sponsored it. The organizers are just amazing. They started, I don't know how many years ago. Do you have that in the article in your notes?
Well, she passed in 1990. And so I don't know when they actually started, but it's been going for a long time.
I want to say it's been quite a while.
Agreed.
And it's become so much fun. And the money goes towards any charities that help local children. Like it's children specific. It's a blast. Cool. The food is great. It's well run.
It's really, when we go, there's kids of all ages, which is nice
to
see everyone coming out.
People come. What's kind of fun is people who come to the Cape for Thanksgiving to their second home, all are here. So it's like summer crowds. It's really festive. It makes it almost worth running it.
Hope to see you there.
Yes. Okay, moving on. So our thing this week, you guys know how what obsessed Sarah and I are about shopping local, right? Like we're pretty into it. So Small Business Saturday happens the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It's the same day as the Andrea Holden. And I love the campaign that's going out right now that your local maker is not sitting off the coast of California right now, making reference to the supply chain issues for all the gifts that people are trying to order and whatnot from afar. Like you kind of have everything you need right here. Right?
Exactly.
So, Sarah, what were you talking about? You were trying to get, does Liv watch the show? Because we can't say this. She can't hear it.
Oh, no. She's not here. So she watches a show on Netflix. It's called Gabby's Dollhouse. And, there's little figurines. I was like, oh, that would be a cool little present to put in her stocking. So I went online, and it's definitely a supply shortage situation because these little figurines were instead of $10, they're $40. I mean, they're little teeny figurines. And I saw her on the news. It was even on the news that she has a dollhouse, and instead of being $40, it's $200. So it's just crazy. I was like, okay, we don't really need those that bad. It was just an idea that I had. So I will be checking local toy stores to see if I can get it here. And even if it's, all these local toy stores, you can shop there. You don't need to shop on Amazon and everything. We all do it. I do it.
Yeah.
But
listen, I think we're, as much as you and I are probably the biggest champions of shopping local, we both have Amazon accounts.
Exactly. Yep.
It's a real thing. as frustrating as all of this supply chain stuff is, it might be some of the best thing to happen to local shopping, I think.
I would agree.
Right? So like, I think some people resist shopping local because they can get things cheaper online because of the quantity that, these big,
or they think it's not even always cheaper. Like that's what.
No, it is not.
But you can go to like your local toy store here and it might really not be cheaper. We just think that, I think sometimes.
No, and especially now, like you're saying, with all these supply chain issues, I think you're going to do better locally. Listen, it takes a little bit of legwork. You're going to actually need to go shopping, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And lots of these local retailers got online shops during the pandemic. So these are some of the little blessings that have come out of the pandemic. So before you get too frustrated, check locally, see if there's a store that has what you think you want. You can probably reach out to them sitting right at your computer. And if you're not sure where to go, the Love Local gift guide, field guide, this is the old one. The new one just came out, right, Sarah?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So hopefully we'll get a graphic of that come across the screen. But literally that's your little Bible. It's your literal field guide. Like, where should I go to get some clothing? Yeah. There's lots of resources to make it easy for you to shop local and shop small. Small Business Saturday there's going to be sales, all sorts of opportunities for us on that Saturday.
So remember Small Business Saturday, but throughout the year as well.
All year long.
And looking forward, if you're not shopping on Saturday, looking forward, Love Local is having their Holiday Fest, which is the next weekend, December 4th. It's going to be outside. So for people that, want to still be outside, 11 to 5, Hyannis Village Green and the Harbor Overlook, and about 100 or so local Cape brands and makers and artists. So that will be great.
Oh, it's going to be huge. That's going to be awesome. The holiday one's my favorite one.
I agree. You get all your shopping done and then you're shopping local.
Honestly,
and it's all in one place. I love it.
Yeah. So before we sign off, you guys, we just wanted to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving, a season of gratitude. And we thought we would just tell you some of the things that we are grateful for. Do you want to start, Sarah?
Sure. I'm grateful for so many things. I'm grateful for my family, our health. I am grateful I love our collaboration and everything that we've been doing and just our local community that we have here. And us coming together and being able to, promote people and talk about things that we love about Cape Cod. So I'm grateful for Cape Cod and its community as well.
Totally. Well, you took a lot of my ideas, so
you can say the same.
Yeah, but it doesn't go without saying, like, not everybody is healthy all the time. And, I've recently come to be very grateful for my family's health. Yes. And I live so close to, and you do too. We have our parents close by, which is amazing. I'm really grateful for that. I've just done a lot of traveling and coming home. I was just grateful for the leaves changing. I had been, where leaves don't change. And I really do like it when the seasons change. I do appreciate it as much as I complain about being cold. I actually love it. And I am really grateful for our collaboration, Sarah. This has been one of the most fun things.
Agreed.
Like fun, interesting.
Yep.
It's expanded my horizons. You introduce stuff that I never would have thought of or known about. Yep. And I hope that that's what we do for you guys too. We want you to feel, grateful that you got to get something good from us. Anyway, so we really want you to think about what you're grateful for and really hold it in your heart and be nice to each other at Thanksgiving. Can't pick your family.
Right? Don't be stressed. Chill. Have a good Thanksgiving and enjoy.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think that's what's good, Cape Cod, for this week, right, Sarah?
Yes.
All right. Well, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please click the subscribe button so you can be notified. Actually, subscribe and then hit the bell to be notified every time we drop a new episode.
And if you're looking for more information about anything we talked about today or our show, you can visit our website, whatsgoodcc.com.